In the age of AI, human connections will matter more than ever. You've probably heard that line or read that line 100 times this year alone. And honestly, I couldn't agree more. Think about our actual lives. Most of our waking hours are spent just bouncing from small screen to medium screen to big screen, right back to small screen right before bed. And when we're not glued to a device, we're often too knackered to actually connect with any real human being. We're just tired. If you've ever felt that strange ache, that feeling of being so digitally connected, but so physically lonely, you're not alone. I'm here right there with you. This is a real thing. And the stats are actually insane. Globally, about 1 in 6 people say they feel lonely. In the US, for 1 in 10 adults, it is a daily experience, a daily feeling. And here in Singapore, almost 40% of older adults report being lonely, and over half of young people feel lonely frequently. So this isn't just a feeling, and it's definitely not you being weird. We're living through a friendship recession. And this is the part that really gets me. It's a legitimate public health crisis. So today we're going deep in this. In this episode, we're going to break down the 3 big reasons, the 3 headwinds of modern life that make building friendships as an adult feel nearly impossibly hard. It's not just in your head. The system is stacked against us. And then I'm giving you my personal friendship playbook. We're not talking about lame advice here, like, oh, just put yourself out there. No, I'm giving you 3 simple, sneaky moves you can use to bypass the awkwardness and actually build real connections. By the end of this episode, you're going to understand why this feels so hard, and you'll have an actual, actionable plan to do something about it. Ready? Let's dive in. Hey, I'm Noemi, former queen of bad habits and corporate go-getter turned well-being coach and personal growth junkie. And in a world full of overwhelming wellness advice, we're here to cut through the noise. This is your space to master healthy habits, transform your mindset, own your well-being, and design a life you love on your terms. We're ditching the highlight reels and embracing the whole messy, imperfect journey towards becoming our absolute best selves. You're the author of your own story. So are you ready to write the next chapter? Let's go, and welcome to Unwritten Potential. Okay, so let's talk about why this is so fucking hard. Because we want to validate our feelings first. And there are real structural reasons for this friendship recession. It's not you, it's the world, the modern world we live in. And one of the main things is we've lost our so-called third places. Think about it. A third place isn't home, that's your first place, and it isn't work, that's your second place. It's the bar, the cafe, the record store, the nightclub, the places where you could just show up and bump into people. So I still remember these nightclubs in Dublin back in the early 2000s, and I'd go out with my now husband and our friends, and once you arrive there, you would meet other people, you would see familiar faces, you would always end up meeting someone new. It was easy, it was organic. These places were not about making appointments or agendas. They were community spaces. They were just about showing up and letting connection happen. But these days, most of us just live in the work-home errands triangle. That's it. And it's been well documented that younger people don't go out as much, they don't go clubbing as much, they don't go to bars as much because it's really expensive. And even the tiniest daily touch points are vanishing, right? You order your coffee from a machine, you use the self-checkout at the grocery store. If you work from home like me, you could easily go an entire day without speaking to another human being face to face. It's actually wild. The second thing is we live in a culture that is poisoned by productivity. Friendship, by its very nature, kind of requires a bit of inefficiency. It requires just hanging out, wasting time together, doing nothing, but doing it together. And in our hyper optimized, goal oriented world, that kind of feels like a luxury, an indulgence we can no longer allow ourselves. We think we should be optimizing something or building something or finishing something, not just being with other humans. And I'm very guilty of that too. Friends will message me saying, hey, do you want to meet for brunch or hang out or whatever? And very often I just look at my diary and I prioritize everything else but meeting my friends. I need to be better. And then the third thing is we're terrified of looking thirsty. Like, for real. Asking someone new to hang out as a grown-up feels super vulnerable. It's as asking them on a first date. It kind of feels huge and awkward because there's this massive fear of rejection. So we play it cool. We wait for them to make the first move. And they're probably waiting for us to make the first move. So we all just wait and then nothing ever happens. So when you add it all up, there's no third places, there's a culture obsessed with productivity and this kind of paralyzing fear of looking needy. Is it any wonder it feels so hard? So how can we game the system? What can we do about it? And we're gonna have to make some intentional steps to try to have a thriving social life. Or maybe not thriving, a good enough social life. And you're gonna need a playbook. You need simple, sneaky moves that bypass all that awkwardness. So here they are. Okay, so your first move in the friendship playbook is this. You have to build your own pockets of community, both online and offline. And this is super important. You cannot wait for that third place to magically appear anymore. You have to create one or find one that already exists. So for me, for example, that's the gym. I didn't join a gym to make friends. Like, obviously not. But I started going and I kept going. And after 2 years of showing up and seeing the same people every single day, obviously you chat and those quick chats become conversations. And then those conversations in the gym become coffees outside the gym. And that's how we build friendships. And consistency did all of the heavy lifting for me here. No pun intended. You just have to show up somewhere repeatedly. That's it. It could be a yoga studio, a running club, a volunteer group, whatever it is for you. The place matters less than the consistency, but just showing up in the same space and having some chats with people, eventually you're gonna make friends. And listen, in 2025, the world we live in, these don't only have to be physical. There's obviously a deep need to have more in real life connections, but some of my super enriching, amazing connections are in online groups. Like I have my coaching community, my mental health group, I have a DJ crew. And the key here is the same online as it is offline. You have to stop lurking and start participating, ask a question, answer a question, share something. This is how you turn a passive space into an active community. All right, moving on to your second move in the playbook, and this is super important. You have to master the low stakes invite. Here's the truth. Turning an acquaintance into an actual friend requires one thing. You have to take the initiative. Someone eventually is gonna have to make the first move. I know it's awkward, but it doesn't have to feel like a marriage proposal. And the secret here is a specific, casual, low pressure invite. And crucially, one that gives the other person an easy way out. So don't just say, hey, we should totally hang out sometimes. We all know what that means, right? That means never. It's never going to happen. It's a nice social thing we do, but it means nothing. It never happens. So instead, maybe you could say, hey, there's a new coffee, bakery, whatever, just fill in the blanks. Hey, I'm going to that new coffee place on Saturday around 10:30. Feel free to swing by if you're in the area. Do you see the difference? It's kind of night and day because in the second version, you're going anyway. Your plan doesn't depend on them. So if they say no or they don't respond, it's not rejection, it's just logistics. It kind of takes the personal pressure and the fear out of it. The third move in your playbook, which is for your existing friends, nurture the old guard. Nurture your old guard, even if the love is not in sync. Let's be honest, the constant stream of messages can be exhausting. It can turn connection, the thing we want most, into just another chore on the to-do list. I get 1 million WhatsApp messages per day, Instagram notifications. I oftentimes feel that it's really, really overwhelming, that I just don't have the headspace or the time to respond to everyone. And it just adds to the scheduling marathon. Like, if you're like me, it can take 2 weeks of back and forth just to find a time to meet with my friend, like 2 months from now. It's draining. But the solution is to give yourself and your friend the gift of out of sync love. Think of the messages like postcards. This really helped me. Not like messages that demand an immediate reply. But think about it. A postcard arrives, it brings you joy, it makes you feel good. It's a sign that someone is thinking of you. But there is zero expectation of an immediate response, right? Think of their messages like a postcard, and it's okay. You can just respond whenever. And my closest friends are in France and they're in Ireland. And we very much live on WhatsApp and Instagram, but we do not live in constant real-time conversation because that wouldn't be sustainable. Instead, it's just burst of voice notes here and there. It's a silly, funny meme that made me think of them, or a song that just reminds us of a specific time. I love these simple, low pressure threads of connection. It's the little ping that reminds you they're still there and you're still there for them, no matter distance or the schedule. Okay, so let's bring this home. And remember this, the feeling of loneliness, that friendship recession, it is very real. So if you are feeling lonely, it is not a personal failure. The modern world has made connection genuinely difficult. So be kind to yourself. But you're not powerless. You just need a better playbook. So try to find your pockets of community, whether it's in real life, online, offline, find a place and just keep showing up. Consistency is the magic ingredient. Second, master the low stakes invite. Like, be specific, be casual, but make it low pressure by inviting them to something you're doing anyway. And nurture your old friendships, even if it's not a constant stream of connection, but voice notes, memes, songs. Think about them as postcards. Again, it's about connection, not constant conversation. So maybe this week, pick one person you'd like to know better, someone you'd like to catch up with, someone from the gym, an online group, a neighbor, and send them one low stakes invite. That's it. Hey, I'm planning to do this activity at this place at this time. Would love you to join if you're free. No worries if not. Now listen, because this is the most important part. The goal is to prove to yourself that sending the text is not as scary as it feels in your head. You are not asking for a lifelong commitment here. You're just opening a door. That's all. This whole friendship thing is tough, but you can take small, simple steps. You can open one small door, and sometimes, my friends, it is all that it takes. You got this. This is Noemi. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you next week.